Hey everyone, it's Tyler Stroik from Universal Rackets, and in this video we're going to be going over the mental game of pickleball. Pickleball, it's not just about skill, it's how you handle pressure during the matches. If you have a strong mental game, it's going to help you close out points in tight situations, and if you have more clarity during pickleball, you're going to enjoy it more and have more fun. So make sure to stay tuned for this whole video. Now there's a reason why you go out and you drill and you feel absolutely amazing, and then you go out and play in a competitive match and everything goes to pieces. It's because you are not tough mentally. There's a difference between practicing and playing in pickleball, but the main goal is to play like you practice and practice like you play. The best way to work on your mental game is to go out on the court during competition and play just like when you practiced. Instead of just hitting and reacting to your opponent, think that you're working on the drill that you did with your partner. Think that you're hitting 3 drops and then you're moving up to the kitchen, or you're blocking a volley, and then going for the shot. Always have a plan, and having a plan is the #1 way to be more clear while you play pickleball. Some things that I do is I love to have go-to plays during certain tight points. For example, if I'm on the right side and I'm down, I'm going to serve out wide, expect my partner to get a middle forehand, and then move up to the kitchen. I know my serve out wide is my best serve. I know my partner has a strong forehand drop and I may be tight, so I'm going to run that play every single time. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go 3 dinks and then be aggressive. I know personally when I get tight, when I feel pressure, I'm going to start to try to go for too much. So how do I counteract that? I'm going to go 1 dink, 2 dink, 3 dinks, and I'm not going to pull the trigger until the 4th dink. Now those are 2 of my strategies, but the main goal of this is to always have a game plan for when you have tight points, and make sure that you practice like you play, and once again play like you practice. The best pickleball advice that I ever received from any type of coach is, Tyler, just do the darn drill. Just do the darn drill while you go out and play. Don't think about all these things. Think what you've been practicing on. Think of it when you take a test. It's time to show what you know. Right before a test, you're not going to go, okay, gather all this information and understand all this material. You've had to study before. The game is won in the practice. You're not winning the game by new things at that time. Another great piece of advice that I received is there's a difference between getting beat and beating yourself. #1 is getting beat. If I play you right now, I do all my shots, I do the drill, I practice, and I lose. Okay, cool. Guess what? I go, I train, and I try to improve again. If I'm beating myself, I'm hitting shots that I never worked on, I'm not thinking about my shots, and I am deteriorating myself. When you go out and play pickleball, you're going to tell, and I want you to tell them, or tell yourself, that your opponent is going to have to beat you. You are not going to beat yourself. You're going to do every single shot that you've worked on. You're going to try every single pattern. You're going to be present, and you're going to try your best. And if you lose that given day, at least you played to where you practiced. Now, there's things that will go on court that's going to throw you off. And a great thing that I like to do, after the point's over, I like to always smile. I tend to get a little bit negative. I tend to get a little bit intense. If you smile after every single point, it's going to put you in a better perspective. Now, I don't just use this for pickleball, but I use this for life in general. Just smile. Okay, I lose a point. Okay, I hit a giant high ball. I hit it super long. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna force myself to smile. Or maybe I have my partner. I'm going to high five my partner every single time. That's going to keep me in a good headspace. Another thing that I like to do is my mind tends to wander. I'm going to stare at my paddle. So after I'm done playing, say if I lose the point, I'm going to stare at my paddle, and I like to put my hand on my paddle and just focus on my paddle instead of focusing on everything. By doing this, and I got this from tennis, they fix their strings. If you ever see a pro fix their strings, it's not because their strings need to be fixed. They go back into place every single time. It's because they're being present. So I like to put my hand on my paddle and think like I had a tennis racket back in the olden days. Another big thing that you can do that I used to do is I would bring note cards during my match. During a water break or whenever I took time, I would go and check my note cards, and my note cards would have 3 things. #1 would be 3 dinks before killing it. #2 is going to be positive. #3 could be an affirmation. You're awesome. But I'm going to look at that note card every single time. And the big thing about that note card is that note card isn't going to have a million things. It's not going to be a novel. It's going to have 1 or 2 things to allow me to focus on during my pickleball match. Regardless of the outcome, there's always going to be pressure on court. It doesn't matter who you are, but it's about how you deal with pressure. A great way to deal with pressure is to make sure that you are breathing. After every big shot, smile, take a big breath. Make sure you understand how you feel pressure, and then you have remedies on how to deal with pressure. Just like I said for myself, I smile, I tell myself 3 dinks before I go for a shot, and I always focus on my paddle. If you can understand what makes you feel pressure in certain shots, that's going to help you deal with it when it comes. Think, a match, you're always going to deal with pressure, but it's how you react to it. And a great thing to do is once you understand that, give yourself different things that you can apply to that pressure in your pickleball game. If you can focus on certain things and attack those things prior instead of after, you're going to build confidence, you're going to have more fun. By establishing confidence, it's not just by hitting a million of drops, it's by hitting a million drops and knowing if you don't hit those drops, you're going to put your paddle or smile, or you're going to catch that pressure before you get there. So building confidence is key in understanding your emotions during stress. Maintaining a positive attitude during tough matches is key. If you can be positive throughout, and that's why I love to smile, you're going to play better pickleball. Think of it. If you say, don't hit the ball out, don't hit the ball out, don't hit the ball out, where is the ball going to go? It's going to go out every single time. But if you have fun, you set the bar low, you shoot high, you try your best. You're not going to beat yourself. You're going to have your opponent beat you if you're going to lose, and you're going to go out there and have fun. You're going to play better pickleball. So make sure next time you go out on court, you do the drill, you try your best, you understand what gets you stressed, you have different ways to counteract that stress. You're being proactive, not reactive. If you get beat, you're going to get beaten. You're not going to beat yourself. You're going to smile every single time. You're going to build that confidence, and you're going to win so many more pickleball points. If you guys like this video, make sure to comment and let me know. Make sure to like, subscribe, share with a friend. And if you guys have any amazing mental pickleball game tips, I'd love to hear. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time on court.